please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Well, let's invite our technical experts now. Sudarshan Sukhani, Mitesh Thakkar and Prakash Kaba now join us. Good morning, gentlemen. Sudarshan, so is the long trade done for now, or do you think if today there's a bit of a profit taking, that would present another buying opportunity?
Yeah, good morning. The long trend is not done for now, but I do think that today is not a day to buy. We are likely to see consolidation and profit taking, and that means that we maintain our positions, keep a stop under 10,350. It's always possible that the markets may get nervous at these new highs, and anything can happen. So maintain your positions, but do not add today. I would expect a narrow range day today with minor ups and downs.
Okay, fair point. And would that be likewise for Nifty Bank, Sudarshan?
Yeah, in fact, the Nifty Bank had a narrow range day yesterday itself, and that could probably continue. So with the stops I have suggested, 350, maintain long positions in both. But today is not a day to venture and buy that dip. I hope that will be a dip, but we have to find out for the day. So just stay.
Okay, well, Mitesh Thakkar and Prakash Gaba are also with us. Mitesh, we had a fabulous run yesterday. You see more on the upside, maybe not today, but during the course of this week?
Good morning, Sonia. So we've been talking about targets of 10,480, 500 nearly met yesterday, and I think once we start getting past 10,500, that will be a breakout of this big consolidation of about 400 points starting from 10,500 to about 10,100. And once that happens, I think 10,750, 10,900 could be two targets on the upside. So for the timing, I think, we've been maintaining a positive bias. People who want to buy in a fresh and who have missed it, I think as Sudarshan also highlighted, it's never a good thing to buy just, below the earlier highs. I think it makes sense to either buy post breakout or wait for some kind of a minor dip to buy into. So my range would be around 10,435 to about 10,425. I think that's the immediate support zone. So just try to buy it around that. Take a 20-30 point stop loss from 10,450 odd levels. And once 10,500 is crossed, then you can look at more momentum.
Fair point. So 10,350 is a Lakshman Rekha for both of you. Good morning, Prakash. Your contours on the Nifty today?
So far, I would say the trend is still intact up. Good morning to you, and has not been compromised. The first technical target is 10. There was 10,434 that got achieved. Beyond that was 10,513. I think it's going there. It's a matter of time. While it goes there, quite possible it might take a pause or a breather as well. So breather is expected, fine if it happens, but I would say that 10,400, 10,420 zones are strong support zones to work with. As long as that holds, upside is on. And once it crosses 10,513, then it goes to 10,555. So I would say if you get up dips, those are buying opportunities. Because yesterday what we saw was the Bank Nifty did not follow through like the Nifty did. So Bank Nifty has a strong support on the regions of 25,650. So as long as it holds, perhaps I think we can still see an up move to maybe around 26,000 on Bank Nifty as well.
Okay, let's discuss individual stocks then. Mitesh, good morning. All 5 buys.
Good morning, Anuj. Yes, and I think, despite the fact that we are closer to important levels, the SGX is minorly showing a minor red take of about 0.2%. A lot of stocks, in the last few days have reversed and are still showing strength on the intraday chart. So on a stock-specific basis, I've chosen to go long on 5 stocks. Steel Authority is something which is broken out of a good contracting pattern. Buy with the stop at 81.5, look for 87 as the first target. I suspect 90-92 can happen here as well. ICICI Pru is something which has been declining and now is showing signs of reversal after multiple positive divergences. Wait for it to get past the pivot of 398. Buy then with a stop at 391. Look for target of 414. Idea is something which has got a good intraday chart, so buy with a stop at 96. Look for target of 103. Similar setup on charts of Reliance Capital after a big decline, intraday reversals happening there. Buy with a stop at 418, look for 435 as the target. And UBL has had a very good candlestick pattern, so I would buy that as well. Keep a stop at 1050, look for 1145 as your target.
Okay,
you said, I just wanted to know, Mitesh, you picked up SAIL. What about Tata Steel? That's where there is this mega news of an expansion.
In fact, Lata, I've been, coming out with buy calls on multiple metal stocks in the last 3 days. So Tata Steel also remains a buy as well. I think it's done a good base building around the 690, 685 mark, reverse from there. I think 750 is the first target I'm looking on the upside.
Okay, well, you're not alone in your list of stock picking because Prakash also has SAIL and United Breweries on his list. What else, Prakash?
I'll start with HUL. That certainly is looking good. Good base formation, a good consolidation, a fresh up move has started, can climb to levels close to 1370 zones, stop below 1330. I do have SAIL. SAIL has given some kind of a beautiful breakout. I think it's heading to levels closer to 88, 89 zones, stop below 80. And Tata Motors, to me, looks good. Again, a good base formation, a good breakout. I think it's heading to levels closer to 435 zones, stop below 410. And finally, Christmas cheer, United Breweries is looking good, can climb to levels closer to 1130 zones, stop below 1040.
Okay, so Darshan, is there any cement stock that you would pick up? I mean, I'm only going with some macro news, some reports suggesting that cement sales in November were very good.
Well, there's Ultratech Cement, which has been an outperformer in the cement sector and among the charts. I mean, outperforming in the charts. And that's a stock that's the first buying opportunity if we are looking at cement. It's also giving bullish patterns which the others are still not converting to. So Ultratech would be a cement choice, although it's not on my list, but that's a buying opportunity separately. Okay. I have mid caps generally. Should I continue?
Please.
Okay, all right, thanks. Starting with Reliance, which is that largest of all caps. Reliance has been in a consolidation. It's not yet caught up with the big nifty moves. I am assuming that even in a consolidation, Reliance will eventually break on the upside. So we are buying in anticipation of that breakout. Ajanta Pharma is a buy. Again, it's already in an uptrend. It has that classic uptrend signals, rally, then a pause, then a resumption of the rally. It just had a pause for the last 5-6 days. And yesterday it showed signs of resuming that rally. So this is an uptrend. We are buying on a resumption of the rally. Bata India fell down and is now finding strong support at 700. This is a buy on dip stock. It's already in a strong uptrend. A brief correction seems to be getting over. I would be willing to buy and put my money on it. Godrej Industries is coming out again of a deep correction. It's given us some bullish signs, already rallied. There's significantly headroom, more headroom here. So Godrej is a buy. Lata, there is a message that a lot of mid caps have completed their corrections. And the sole short sell is Reliance Infra, where charts are very messy and lower levels are probably coming.
Yeah. Well, if this is what you call completion of correction, the mid-cap index is at all-time highs and I think made all-time highs every day of this week. That is Monday and Tuesday. So you're saying something about the index. Well, I wanted just one more question on auto stocks. But before that, let's discuss the HDFC twins. They are obviously the stocks of the morning today, with HDFC announcing yesterday that they will raise 13,000 crores. You have some other news?
Yeah, there's actually some news that's just come out on the wires with respect to Edelweiss Financial Services, and they say that they're going to acquire Reliance Securities business. So the press release has just come out on the exchanges. I don't know if this is...
it was widely expected.
It was expected, but it was not.
Certainly first.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, and that's actually
it's big news.
It's big news that Edelweiss will be acquiring. It's securities business.
Okay.
And I think...
So it says that Edelweiss will take on the pan-India distribution of 1250 points of presence, including 90 branches, over 1 million clients and the employees of the business. They have not given the acquisition cost, but this is all they've said, that they will acquire the Reliance Security, wealth management of Reliance Security business, which includes security and commodities broking and depository participant services.
Edelweiss is big in wealth management, so that's one area that they've targeted. Edelweiss and IIFL both, in fact, are very big in wealth management.
They're taking asset and wealth management. So if there are any leftover funds, I think even the AMC and the wealth management business is coming. And
let's pull out the Reliance stock actually, because if you see, it's just been so brutal, the sell-off in Reliance. But over the last 1 month, there's been quite a bit of rally. So 36% higher over 1 month. But let's pull out the 12-month chart. Yeah, 12-month chart of Reliance, I think would be, would be very revealing. 12-month chart of Reliance, look at that. It's down 73% for 12 months, but last 1 month it's gone up 36%. And if you compare it to the likes of Edelweiss, IIFL, Motilal, we have had re-rating of the sector, but of course de-rating in Reliance, it was mired in all kind of problems, but now at least there's some positive news. Don't know if, because the last 1 month the stock has already rallied, how much of this is in the price already. We'll find out, of course, once the market opens.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if they are acquiring the entire business, or is it, I don't think it's the stock, they are acquiring the business.
The business, yeah.
So I don't know if the shareholders are going to get
Exactly.
much.
This says a
out
lot
of this.
about the industry, though. I mean, the kind of money that is being put in as far as the
Absolutely.
securities business is concerned.
No, good assets will find
yeah,
buyers. It's a simple, you know, a company may be going through problem, but if it has good assets, those assets
But people
will
will
find
buy
buyers.
assets, not the
Yes,
company. So I don't know if
exactly.
the shareholders
Exactly.
are going to make
Exactly.
money.
So that is, you know, I mean, it can't be blanket statement, of course, but for at least for
In this case,
it is clearly buying two businesses and not the entire company.
Okay, so now we will come back to HDFC and HDFC Bank. Yesterday we got that announcement from HDFC. They'll raise 13,000 crore, of which 8,500 crores goes to HDFC Bank to apply in the preferential share issue that HDFC Bank will hopefully announce today. That's, I think, about 1.7, 1.8% rise in HDFC's stake in HDFC Bank. Kunal Shah of Edelweiss Financial Services joins us now. Kunal, before you talk to us about HDFC, any thoughts on this news of your own company that's hitting the wires? You are buying Religare. Any thoughts? At what price or any other details? Kunal, you don't have to go silent if you don't want to answer the question. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So no comments on that.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, what are your comments on HDFC itself? How would you approach these two stocks now?
So our preference has always been towards HDFC Bank. We have buy recommendation on HDFC Bank and hold on HDFC. HDFC is primarily raising money to infuse it into HDFC Bank, and in yesterday's board meeting, they have highlighted up to 8,500 is something which they are looking to participate in HDFC Bank's equity raising, and balance they would be using it either for the stressed assets on the real estate sector or in the health insurance initiative along with HDFC Ergo, and even investing into the affordable housing space.
Okay, so what are you now looking at in terms of a book value for HDFC and therefore a price that you can justify?
So overall, we always value HDFC on adjusted basis, wherein we knock off the investment in the subsidiaries, and we give the core book value multiple to its mortgage business. So if we look, significant proportion of this raising will any which ways be going into the subsidiary as such. So up to 8,500 getting into HDFC Bank, somewhat getting into HDFC Ergo, plus maybe somewhat getting into, say, the health insurance initiative. So for the core mortgage business, out of the 13,000 crores kind of a raise, the amount might not be that significant overall, and might be that could add somewhere around 10 to 15 rupee to the overall book value for the core mortgage business.
Okay. Well, Kunal, hi, good morning. Sorry to have stumped you about that Edelweiss question, because it's news just hitting the wires now that Edelweiss Financial will be buying Religare Securities business. So we had to toss that one to you. But anyway, before we wrap up the discussion, your final word on the target price on both HDFC and HDFC Bank?
No, so post this entire, maybe in terms of the today's board meeting from HDFC Bank, post that we'll be revising it both for HDFC as well as HDFC Bank. Might be the increase will not be significant in case of HDFC, as I mentioned, since a larger part of it is being utilized for the non-mortgage businesses. Yeah.
Okay, so HDFC Bank. See, is our calculation right? If you take 1880 as the price at which the money is infused, then its HDFC stake goes up by about 1.76, 1.8%. So what kind of a dilution should we expect from HDFC Bank today? Around 8%?
No, so overall, assuming that what the news has been, we believe there could be a dilution to the extent of 5% over there, somewhere around 5.5% for HDFC Bank as such, assuming that they are raising almost like 25,000 odd crores.
Okay, and your price target is how much?
So today it is 2100 prior to raising, but with this infusion, the book value actually goes up by somewhere around 70 rupee.
Okay.
Okay, Kunal, thanks for stopping by. That'll be the stocks in focus, HDFC and HDFC Bank, because of the fundraising. But we'll also discuss this latest news flow that has just come in about Edelweiss acquiring the securities business of Reliance. SP Tulsian of sptulsian.com will join in on the other side, so do stay tuned in with more.
There's so much fundamental news to discuss. Pleasure to invite SP Tulsian of sptulsian.com. Good morning, sir. Well, first up, Edelweiss buying up the Reliance securities business. They have not told us the price, but they say that they are going to get about 1 million clients, about 1290 branches, I think 90 branches and 1290 outposts. Would you relook at Edelweiss stock because of this acquisition?
Lata, probably I'll not look for the Edelweiss stock for the reason that firstly the consideration is not known, number one. Number two, if you see the press release which says that they are acquiring the Reliance securities business. And honestly, if you enlarge the Reliance security business, they have said that equity broking, commodity broking and depository participant services. And I don't understand whether there is any attraction in the broking and commodity, acquiring the commodity and equity broking business, as well as the depository participant services, because all those things are, all those threes are already existing. But if you come on the 1250 points, it is the 90 branches and 1250 points, and now mind it that they have not spelled out on the employees how much they will be taking over, because Reliance has an employee strength of about 8400 and they have 1250 points. So all the 1250 points will be catering to the business which will going to get acquired by Edelweiss too, of Reliance for the Edelweiss as well. But you do not know, you have no clarity in respect to the employees, that how many of that 8400, how much will get absorbed by the Edelweiss. So you have so many missing links seen without which it is not possible. And because if you really see the core business, even if you have 1 million customers, majority of them must be having dormant, having shifted to other brokings and all that, which may not be attractive, which may not be attractive for those 1 million customers to revive and come back into the Edelweiss fold. So there are so many missing links. I won't be taking a call unless until you have clarity largely on two things. One is on the employees they are going to get absorbed, and second is the consideration, and third maybe the scope of the areas which they are acquiring. If it is only equity business, equity broking, commodity broking and depository participant related services, I won't be interested. But yes, 1250 points distribution services needs to get defined. So there are so many missing links which will be, once you have the clarity, then only one can take a call on the Edelweiss.
Okay, Mr. Sam, good morning. And for Reliance stockholders, is this an opportunity to make an exit? It's run up a bit over the last 1 month.
See, Anuj, it should be used as an exit, but sometimes when you have the stock hitting upper circuit, and because the kind of bits and pieces, if you are divesting the stake and business of the company in pieces, that means there may not have been a single buyer for the entire company, because there may not be having much attraction in acquiring the company as a whole by the potential acquirer. So if they are selling in bits and pieces, probably they will be left with the bad and the maybe sticky lots with them, which may not be too attractive for the existing shareholders of Reliance. So definitely one should use that opportunity. It is only the price at which one should exit. Whether one should exit, probably market may get enthused that yes, the process of some kind of monetization have started by Reliance, and you may see the share hitting upper circuit again. So wait for that. But exit call has to be taken from Reliance stock from on this news event.
Okay, so exit the Reliance stock when you get a chance. In any case, that stock is up about 40% in the last 1 month. Big moves coming in over there. Ms. Sultan, morning. I also wanted to ask you about Tata Steel and the expansion plans over there. Of course, dilution is on the cards, but what did you make of the capex?
See, again, it's a very strange thing. Firstly, let me tell you that yes, this reaffirms the story which we have been saying, that India has extremely great potential on the steel front. We are going to see the India emerging as the second largest producer in the world, overtaking Japan, maybe next 18 or 24 months. But coming on the plans, having initiated or chalked out by Tata Steel that they are expanding their Kalinganagar capacity from 3 million ton to 8 million ton for 23,500 crore, that gives a per million ton cost of 4,700 crore, and this can only be called as a brownfield expansion, not as a greenfield expansion. So if you have this kind of what you call the capex, being estimated with a lead time of at least 4 years, the management is estimating lead time of 4 years. It may gets enlarged to maybe about 54 months or so. So, that will probably evince interest in the steel stocks. I'm just giving a comparative play. I'm not trying to shift my focus from Tata Steel, on which I will just keep continuing. But that will show the interest, for the acquisition of the NCLT cases, 5 steel accounts, on which we have been, playing for, in fact, for the last 3 months or so. But coming on Tata Steel, it's very strange that 6 months back, we have seen them exiting from Europe business, from the Tata Steel, from the steel, and now they are expanding their capacity in India, which in fact has been, should have been moved maybe a couple of years back. So this is more, seen more, a belated move on part of Tata Steel. But coming on this Kalinganagar expansion to 8 million ton with 23,500, again the balance sheet will get enlarged with a debt of about 12,000-13,000 crore. One may argue that will be back-ended, because the project, the debt will get raised at the back-ended maybe after 2 years down the line. But that will definitely be seen negative, because company is already loaded with the debt in their books, and after 4 years, if the project is going on completion on after 4 or 4.5 years, what will be the situation at that point of time? So I'm not too enthused with this move per se, because this is seem to be a belated move, and may not be gelling well with the financials of Tata Steel at the present stage.
Oh, okay, so today the stock could actually get punished for dilution, perhaps. That's of course likely. Mr. Tulsian, any thoughts on the HDFC announcement? I mean, this was expected, but they're going to spend 8,500 crore buying shares of HDFC Bank. Any thoughts on both these stocks?
See, I think we continue to have positive view on HDFC. Always, we have kept the positive view on HDFC. But if you see the situation, you have said, they are investing 8,500 crore in HDFC Bank, but they are mobilizing 13,000 crore as well. And the HDFC have always been very smart, in raising the capital very seamlessly and, without any much pain or much effect. In fact, if you see the history of raising capital, it has never been felt that the equity dilution has happened at HDFC Limited, because the warrants have always been their innovative instruments which have been designed and structured by them, and they have already raised the capital by that method, maybe couple of times in this past 6-7 years, and that has always rewarded the shareholders, because one can keep a positive call on HDFC Limited, I think, for the decades. This I have said in many of the our investor camp, and at so many other places also. So I'm impressed with this move of raising 13,000 crore and investing 8,500 crore. Maybe, if you take a call, because HDFC Bank is also looking to raise the capital, and because HDFC is holding about 25% stake, so they need to have the matching this thing, which here at this point of time, they are slightly increasing maybe probably we'll see their stake increasing mildly, maybe to 26, 27% or 28%. But leave aside, I think this is a pragmatic move for both, because for HDFC Bank, obviously capital is a lifeline, which will keep improving their performance. Going forward, things will be seen positive for both HDFC Bank and HDFC Limited.
Okay, Mr. Tulsian, we discussed it yesterday as well, but the big move on both Maruti and M&M. M&M, of course, has the bonus stripping angle as well, but your thoughts on, at what point would you want to buy these stocks again?
See, yesterday I've said that probably on Maruti we won't be taking a call the moment it hit 5 digit. I don't say that I don't see any value, but it may be, fine for those who have already entered. In fact, we have been giving the buy call at when the share was ruling probably in 3 digit for the last 5 years, 4-5 years, when the markets and, experts were screaming on their Gujarat plant move, calling it becoming a trading company. And at that time also we have taken a strong buy call on Maruti. But if you really take a call now, yesterday, in fact, I've said that if I no point in taking FY20 earnings, If I take FY19, then 330, that's the best case scenario as EPS for Maruti. I don't find any reason to give a P multiple of more than 30. So that translates into a share price of 9,900, and definitely that will be seen, share reaching to its optimum value. Whenever stock goes up, we all becomes bullish. Obviously, nobody will say that stock will turn, but at that point, it may turn out to be at its full value, or maybe having exceedingly some exuberance built in. Coming on Mahindra & Mahindra, because being the third largest players in the PV space, passenger vehicle space and all that, in fact, we have been finding a lot of values in Mahindra & Mahindra, though it has not moved in that proportion. Our buy call has always, preceded over Tata Motors, because market has always compared Maruti and Tata Motors, but we have always taken Maruti, Mahindra & Mahindra and Tata Motors. So we continue to have a positive bias, because I think best is yet to come in Mahindra & Mahindra. Mahindra & Mahindra, apart from the bonus, maybe from tax planning purposes and all that, it is a holding company for so many other residual business of Mahindra & Mahindra group also. So keeping positive bias at the current level on Mahindra & Mahindra, but won't advise buying in Maruti at the current level.
Okay, yeah, that was a huge move that we saw in the last 1 hour yesterday. And actually, you should pull up the 1 year chart of Maruti. What a climb for a big stock like that. Well, we'll do one thing. Yeah, that's the 1 month view on the chart, and the 1 year view. Look at the last bit of the rally.
Yeah,
it's just taken it away. We'll take a break on that high note. We are coming back. We will have the pre-opening rates as well, and a lot more analysis from our guests.